Hi, g'day people. This is a video for DevelopmentWA, and it's in regard to the Waterbank project down here in East Perth. You can probably see I'm on the Boorloo Bridge. There's the project over there, and I'm going to give you some suggestions, criticism if you like, of how the pedestrian and cyclist detour has been set up. Now, it's probably too late in the day to do anything about this for this particular project, given the detour is supposed to finish next Friday on the 5th of December. That's if the project timelines are being met. I guess if it's going to be extending out into next year, then maybe you might want to do what I'm about to suggest. Now, the detour itself is fine. It's kind of safe and convenient, uses shared paths like this. That's all good. The issue is with the signposting of the detour. Now, I used the QR code on one of the signs the other day to go, it took me to a DevelopmentWA website, which when I scrolled all the way down to the bottom, had a map on it showing the detour. And my first point is that map should be on the signage. Now, also, that page says that there is warning and detour signage along the route. Well, for me, warning signage would be something back there saying, path closed ahead, detours for cyclists and pedestrians. So here we go, temporary landscaping works are underway. Now look at the size of that coreflute that's been put up over there, that kind of blue and green thing. It's huge, like it's probably taller than I am, on that pole. Obviously quite a bit of money has been put into doing that sign and putting it up, because it's on a pretty firm base by the look of things. So given that money is clearly available, why is the signage so pathetic? So we have this notice temporary closed till the 5th of December. That's all good, and it's got a QR code on it, which is fine. I would have, I'll keep on going, talk as I go. Now, the map that's on the DevelopmentWA website is fine. It's great. Whoever developed it did a pretty good job. It's quite clear where we need to go and what's closed off. Why then not use that map on that signage? Like the sign that's on the fence, I would have went and had a sign printed up that's twice the size of that, and put the map front and center on that sign, and then the information about the closure around it. Because that's the information I need as a cyclist or a pedestrian when I'm navigating this detour. Just, I don't want to have to pull my phone out, go and look at a QR code, and then of course, instead of putting the map right at the top of the page, or that QR code taking you straight to the map, so it's just the only thing you see on that page, you've got to scroll past all this information on how this is being redeveloped so the bears can, train here and that kind of stuff. So I don't need to know that. I need to know where the hell I'm going now that I've stopped at this place. So, like I said, it's probably not worth doing it, just for the next week or so. But for future projects that involve DevelopmentWA and closures to cycle paths and stuff like that, just file that info away. Now, there's no map here. Where am I going? It's a four-way intersection. Am I turning left? Am I going straight ahead? Am I turning right? I don't know. Obviously, I can't go down this side of the road because it's all fenced off, but there's nothing here. Now, when I hear the words detour signage, to me that means, there's big yellow signs with an arrow on them, maybe with some symbols for pedestrians and cyclists or something, and you put them on a wireframe, and I would have one right here pointing to the right. I'll put up some examples, because when the Boorloo Bridge was built, the people that did the detour for that, did the signage, etc., did an absolutely fantastic job with the signage, the volume of it, the placement, all the rest of it. It just needs one sign back there like that, just for clarity. It's not going to cost the earth to put something like that up. All right, and then at the end here, end detour would be useful. Particularly for people who don't know their way around here, because I think what's been put in place assumes this massive amount of knowledge on behalf of the people that are using it. No, it's fine for me. I've been down here dozens of times. I know where I'm going. But if you're a tourist and you've decided, oh, I'm going to go and have a look at Perth, I'll go down to the bridge and there's this place where I can hire bikes, and I'll go exploring, and the first thing I find is, oh, there's a detour and there's no maps, and I don't know where the hell I'm going. So you just got to assume that the people using this detour know nothing, but they know as much about this area as I know about Waterbank. Okay, now here, obviously this is closed off and there's another sign over there, but you can't actually see that the path there is closed off until you turn in there, essentially, because it's the fencing's all side onto you. So again, I would have had warning signage back there 50 metres back saying no left turn, pedestrians and cyclists, road or path ahead is closed, detour, whatever. Figure something out so that people know when they get to that point, you keep on going straight. And I'd even have a yellow sign with an arrow pointing this way, detour. So you come around, you go, oh, there's detour, I've got to go straight ahead. Now, the last sign I'd put in, another yellow sign pointing to the left on this corner. So I'm going to cross the lights here, I'm going to go that way, and we've seen that, so that'll be all good. So look, in summary, the map is good, but if I was the project manager, I'd go and apologise to the person who drew up that map and say, look, you did a really good job, but unfortunately all your work has gone to waste, because instead of using our brains and putting your wonderful map on all our signage, we've squirreled it away at the bottom of this web page where no one's ever going to see it. So yeah, sorry about that. And the other thing is, I go and get a couple of wireframes and I go and get a couple of yellow signs with arrows on them, and I'll put them up around the place. And a nice to have would just be some warning signage saying detour ahead as well. That would help. So just file those lessons away. If you're doing projects on stuff like this where you've got to close the infrastructure, just put a little bit more thought into how the closure is signposted, so it's not this confusing mess. And you've gone to the bother of spending a lot of money on dirty great big signs, and you've spent the money on getting some maps created. Why not blend the two together so you have a great big sign with a map on it, so that it's actually conveying some useful information to the public. All right, that'll do. Thanks for watching.